Hi, everybody. Welcome to Talking Tiny with Tara. I'm only giggling because I have a little corgi here, and he's very animated, and he loves to play with his tire, but he doesn't like me to have it. So I'm sorry about the growling. It's just the way it is around here. Anyway, all right. So today's episode is about growing what you eat. Okay, so this is a very true to my heart topic, and I'm going to tell you why. I don't know if any of you have noticed, but I'm a bit overweight, and my weight has always been an issue in my life. I've always been a big person, and it's hard, when you're a bigger person. It's just harder to do a lot of different things. However, I'm very, very keen and aware of and like to educate myself on healthier ways to live my life. So, what does that look like in Tara's world? It means I eat an organic Snickers, of course. So do I understand organic? Yes, I do. Do I understand fruits, vegetables, proteins, soy products, meat, cheeses, salads? I'm a huge component of Dr. Gundry, who talks a lot about being healthy, eating healthy, putting things into your body that you can eat, where your body can process it properly. This has all been an educational process for me. So, one day eggs are really, really healthy for you. 3 days later, they're horrible for you and don't ever eat them again. Then on another day, it's, take the middle out and just eat the whites. So it's really hard for the American people to truly understand what is healthy and what is not healthy, because even our pyramid of food that we're supposed to be eating doesn't make sense. And I'd love to go on a rant about what's in our hospitals and what's in our schools and what people are eating that is completely not okay. I'm also watching a lot of videos of this I think he's a senator. I don't even remember his name. I just know that he looks like Superman because he has the curl, jet black hair, and he talks. He really embarrasses a lot of people, which is somewhat entertaining, because he calls people out. A lot of politics calls them out on their stuff. But one of the things that I just recently saw that I agree with, and guys might get mad at me for this, but he's saying people that have SNAP benefits, they're able to buy soda and chips, and yes, I completely understand that children and families need nutritional things to eat, and that's the purpose of the program, and I understand that. But why are we allowing people to eat these horrible chips that have safflower oil and canola oil and all these things that are really bad for them? And we're allowing soda, which there's no debate. There's no debate. Soda is not healthy for you. There's no soda on this planet, I can say this with 100% conviction, that has any nutritional value into the American diet at all. And if you look back far enough, McDonald's gotten some public humiliation because they had this supersize, and the sodas were a bucket of soda, and so they got a lot of heat for that, and so they don't do it anymore. But and I don't necessarily mean to go on a huge rant, just a little rant, trying to understand what we live in as far as food, and how does Tiny Taratory correlate a better quality of life in relation to this. If you want to have eggs, and you want to have spinach, and you want to have onions, and you want to have peppers, and you want to have blueberries and strawberries, and cut up fresh apples, and you want all of these things, you should be able to get them from the land that you live on, where you know exactly where it's been grown. You know that there's no chemicals. You know that there's no hormones being used when it comes to your chickens and things like that, because we want to also have chickens on the property. There has been some recent discussion where people have asked if we were going to have cows. There's a lot to that, and I've learned a lot recently about the value of cows. Not necessarily because you can have a really good cheeseburger, but what they do for the land and how they help build regenerative land. And it's been a really cool educational process for me. But I want there to be fruit trees, and I want there to be vegetables, and I want there to be options where people can easily get these options for themselves and their families, and it's healthy. And we can start educating our children on how to do these things. Funny, quick little story, not funny, funny haha, but funny. Nephew of mine had no idea where yogurt came from. And I tell people this story all the time because he just said Walmart. And I said, okay, yes, you're correct. It came from Walmart, but what animal does yogurt come from? And he did not know. So that kind of ties in to the disconnect between land, food, animals, and us. You know, where's the correlation? Where's the education? Understanding what we put in our mouth, physical activity, all these things. And if you really, really want to watch something that's going to move you, I would suggest that you watch Groundswell. It is hosted by Woody Harrelson and Demi Moore. It's recently put on Prime Video. Talks a lot about this stuff. Very, very powerful, very powerful. And understanding that the food that we are eating and the hormones and all the things it's doing to our bodies and how sick we are. I was just recently told that I have an autoimmune disorder or disease or whatever word they want to use. You know, and I am way overweight, and I am lucky right now. I don't have diabetes. I don't have heart disease. I don't have any of those things. But I did just recently recover from brain surgery because I had a huge tumor in my head. So please understand that the quality of the land is extremely important. Making sure there's been no chemicals put in it. Growing fruits and vegetables. How do we grow it? How do we eat it? And how does that correlate to our health and our well-being? That's what Tiny Taratory is also about. You guys have a good rest of your day.